at. Kind of a cool day here, Thackeray Channel. Looking on the south side of Thackeray Channel, we're on the north side. Seeing some windsurfers on the south side there. Pretty cool. Birds. You get a glimpse of a sea turtle here and there. Perhaps. A little cool for them. They're out here. Another beautiful day. A little cold, but it's beautiful. Birds flying. Awesome. Hi folks, it's Russ Hess here with the Open Talk, Russ Hess, russhess.com. Hey, we're out here at the beach, obviously, overlooking the Gulf here. We're going a little walk, talk a little bit about, what's going on this last week and where I'm at with my projects and how things are going, and kind of give you an update. I thought I'd bring you out here and show you a little bit of why I'm actually in this area now, and why I enjoy living here in the Corpus Christi area. It's kind of and then not everybody gets to go to the beach, but I can go pretty much anytime I want, providing the weather's cooperating. That's the big thing. Most of the time it's okay. Today we got overcast. Obviously, got some clouds out there. It's not bad. It's still nice. You'll still get to see the ocean. Enjoy that. And the smells, sometimes they permeate a little bit too strong, but they're not bad. If you generally like the ocean, it's not bad. But thought I would tell you, hey, I have knocked out, I think I mentioned last time, I've knocked out one bill off of my record or whatever financial balance sheet, and really happy about that. That's one that I don't have to worry about. It's kind of small, so it'll have a somewhat of an impact, but not super overwhelming. I'm kind of having to watch where I step here. It's kind of loose sand, so I want to make sure I don't step in some stuff that's hard to get out of. Anyway, so just thought I'd share with you that what else have I done? Well, I've got 2 jobs on the line here, and I've actually talked to both, one employer, the other one I'm waiting to get a word back on. Have applied for that job and waiting to hear. It's kind of a long process with that employer. They take their time, and so not really anything expected of yet, but it's all due. It's all coming through. Just keep going forward. Other things I'm working on are trying ways to figure out how to get I guess we could call it an income without necessarily having to put all your time into it. A opportunity, like I'd mentioned with Pat Flynn, passive income, where you produce a book or some kind of content that people want and enjoy watching or reading or seeing, that's useful and helps them in their life, and be able to sell that online, possibly. These are the concepts that I think that Pat, at a very basic level, teaches, but more so, how to reach out and build communities, how to make contacts, how to build email lists, these kind of things, all paramount to the networking of modern days. It's not like they used to be, where you'd show up at a social event, which you still do that, show up at a social event, hand out business cards and that kind of thing, and hope somebody gives you a holler for some project that they've got going on. That's all good, but these days it's done a little bit different. Most of it's done electronically, and nearly all of it's done, through the comfort of your own home. People are getting acknowledged in that way in modern times. So anyway, so part of what I want to talk to you about is like there's three areas of life that I find really interesting, and they're kind of interwoven at this stage of my life. One is trying to free myself up from some financial, let's face it, disasters. Good judgment for financial decisions, but never really attaining that level of security in your finances kind of causes havoc at some point in time. If you're lucky, you won't go bankrupt, but some people do. I know several friends of mine who have gone bankrupt, so not judging anybody, but it happens, and it's nothing to be that ashamed of. It just happens. Okay, you're trying to do the best you can, trying to stay afloat, and it goes, sour. You have to do something different. I get it. People's lives change. So, but part of that is the financial. Another part of it is, like I said, they're interwoven into this somehow or another, and I haven't figured out the mystery, but it's, maybe somebody out there has. But this is the other part of it, and that is downsizing. I never really understood it until I got, to the point where I'm kind of like an empty nester. Well, I guess I am an empty nester, so see, denial is part of it. So at any event, I find myself wanting to kind of minimize my footprint to some extent. Not have as much stuff. Does that make sense? Not carry around as much stuff. Not be subject or victim to a lot of stuff where you have to carry it around and be responsible for it. Not that I don't want to be responsible. It's just you got a lot of baggage. You don't have to keep that going. You always have to keep that going. So, and for what reason? A really good point would be this. I once had what do they call these, storage bins, or storage locker or what have you, and paying about $100 a month on that rascal. And just think for a minute, $100 a month, and I had maybe $1,500 worth of stuff in there that's decent, and I had it in there for 2 years. That's what, $2,400? And all because I didn't want to deal with it. So I would have been way better off to either sell or throw out everything that was in there and just stop paying on the storage unit. So, that's just a good case in point. Now, that was a number of years ago, but it's just, a good view at, some of the silly stuff we do that was like costing us on the back end. We don't realize it. I'm going to put stuff in the storage unit for oh, maybe a couple of months. Well, a couple of months, a couple of years, and then, you're upside down in your cost on what you got in there, and basically when you go to clear it out, it's junk, right? Well, same thing. Had a house, did the exact same thing. We cleaned out the storage unit, then we cleaned out the house. Now the house was recent, so I can speak more recently of that. Man, I couldn't believe this stuff. Just stuff that we had kept for years, inherited. We should have just thrown it out. We should have gotten rid of it, kept it around. Not the best thing to do. So anyway, like I said, you got finances, you get the minimizing your footprint, or having too much stuff, or whatever the case may be, however you want to look at it. But basically, trying to minimize your footprint, trying to right size your finances as best you can, try to pay your debt off. Now I know what I'm talking about kind of sounds like a dream, and to a certain extent it is, but it's also a dream to live a more simple life, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Why is that so important? Well, so your mind's not cluttered as well with all that stuff that's going on. I gotta have all this stuff in order to be effective. No, you don't. You don't have to have all that stuff. You can live without a lot. You'd be surprised what you can live without and have a really enriched life in the process. I mean, check this out, right? I'm at the ocean. I'm not carrying a whole lot of baggage, right? I don't have a lot of baggage. It's just me, a sweatshirt, shorts, hat, and I don't carry so much stuff that I can't just get up and go somewhere and go do something. What holds you back? I mean, if this is what you like, great. You like mountains? Great. You like something else? Great. I mean, it's whatever you like. But whatever's holding you back from doing what you want to do and what you care to do and what you enjoy, that's the stuff that I'm talking about that you need to get rid of. That's, get rid of your excuses. What are your excuses? What's holding you back? So the other part of this is, and this is why probably more profound than all the rest of them, is you have, like I said, let's go over it again. You got finances, trying to get your finances in order. 2, trying to reduce the amount of stuff you have, your junk. Get rid of your junk closet, or get rid of your junk drawer, or whatever it is. Let's get rid of that stuff. And then, and do I have this do I have this refined in my own life? No, that's why I'm trying to tell you. And the third one is pretty much finding your purpose. And guess what, guys? It's starting to rain out here, so we're going to make this short. But finding your purpose is so much, it's an eluding thing, I have found. When you're trying to find your purpose, you're, well, let's just put it simply. You need to, battery's going low. Trying to find your purpose, you need to think not of yourself, but you need to think more of others. And what are the ramifications of that, and how to do that. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Guys, it's been wonderful. This is Russ, RussHess.com. You have a wonderful day. We'll see you on the next video.